Hello and welcome to Computer Science Discoveries. This is the Web Development Unit. We will be working our way through this unit this semester, and by the end of this unit, you will have built your very own website. Now we're going to go over a few basics. In order to get to my teacher webpage, you're going to go to the Roland Grice staff page. Go under Electives and then click Computer Science Discoveries. That will bring you to the main Computer Science Discoveries class page. We are in the Web Development Unit, so you're going to click on Web Development. And if you look here, all of the lessons for this unit will be displayed on this page. You click on the lesson that you want to go over, and this is going to tell you a little bit about the lesson. Question of the day for this lesson one, exploring web pages, is how can we choose websites based on the needs of a user? So today we're going to look at some different websites and decide what format would work best for that particular user. Um, the slides are going to be right here. This is the slides that go along with the section. Now we're not going to go all the way through them, but we're going to take a quick review. So if you had my class last year, you will be very familiar with this. But we use the problem-solving process a lot in this class. So the problem-solving process is define, prepare, try, and reflect. Now, you will not just go through this once. Once you reflect, you'll go back to define. You might have to back up. You might try. You might have to reflect. And if you don't change the definition, you can go straight back to repair. These do not have to be done in order. So we're going to look at how this problem-solving process, how would we use it if we were using it to develop a website? Here's some examples. Define, deciding what you want to make your website about or who you want to make it for. Also think about who is your target audience. Prepare, looking at similar websites and deciding what kind of color or images you want to use, or sketching out the website. Basically, kind of coming up with a plan, like let's figure out what we need to do. Try, you create it. Trying is really easy to remember. Trying is doing. Reflect, show it to friends, get feedback, look at it yourself, go, what should I have done differently? Then when you go back and redefine the problem, maybe you realize there's a bug. So defining is, oh, my links aren't working. What is the problem? My links aren't working. Prepare. Well, I might have to look up. How do I fix that? Look at my code, make a plan to how am I going to fix this? And on and on and on. So we're going to move on to the assignment. You can look at the rest of this on your own. We're going to move on to the assignment. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your code.org account that I set up for you. Do not create your own code.org account and never put in your email address. In this class, I will not ask you to register to something using your email address. So you're going to go to your code.org account. You're going to sign in and go to your dashboard. It will look something like this. You're going to go to your class and hit Computer Science Discoveries. Now, as I said, mine will look a little different. You might not hit Computer Science Discoveries, you might hit Website Design. Whatever we went over in class, that is how you're going to get into your code.org account and what you're going to pull up. So we are going to go to the Exploring Web Pages unit. You're going to click on the sample web pages, but these are just sample templates. And you're not looking at what is on the template. We're not worried about this as scenery pictures. We're looking at, okay, they have a title. They've got lots of images. For this one, we're looking at the fact that there are no images on this one. It is just words. For this one, it ranks the cutest dogs. So what is important here is it's ranking things and it has places for images and text. Now you can also click on it and it will make it bigger. We're going to click on the dog one. 5 cutest dogs. Now, if you go here, you will be able to scroll down further than what you could see on that first page. So you're going to take a look at that website. And then you will have a worksheet to complete. Now, based on how we are doing in class, do we have computers right now? We may or may not do this on paper and pencil. We may or may not do this as a document that you will have to turn in. Go by whatever the teacher's instructions are. My class, always, 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 first thing is you're going to put your name, class period, and date. You might be in 7-1, 7-2. Do not put Miss Fex's class, as I have 6 different classes. Make sure you specify first your grade, and then whether you're elective 1 or 2. We're going to look at the first question on your worksheet. What we're doing is we're looking at those 5 sample worksheet web pages, and we're deciding what web page would be best for this user. So this is Claire. I'm a wedding photographer, so I need a place to showcase my photos so people can see all of the pictures I take. Well, she is mainly focused on her photos, right? So let's go to our websites. Which one would be best for showcasing a lot of photos? Now notice, once again, these pictures are scenery. We're not worried about what those pictures are. What we're focusing on is the layout. So out of all these, we obviously don't want something that's text only, but out of all these, the photo gallery would work best. So add as template A. You're going to go into your worksheet and type template A. Now, I am not as concerned of whether you got the right answer or not as what is your explanation and your reasoning why? Why did you choose template A? In this case, we chose template A because the user needs to showcase her photos, and this is a very nice way to display lots of photos in one place. So I would type in my reasoning here. If you get the wrong answer, if you were to have said, let's look at the things. If you said it was E, and you can give me a really good explanation to as why, if you are in my class, I will give you credit. Now, if we go over it together in class, I want you to have the right answer. But for what you're doing on your own, if you don't necessarily have the one that is supposed to match, but you can give me good reasoning why, then I will give you full credit. You have 5 different templates. You will use each template one time. So you'll use A, B, C, D, and E. What I would do is I would read over each explanation first and look at your websites, and then I would fill it out. Next, you're going to move on. You are now a web developer and are developing a website for a client. All right. So you're not making the website how you want it. You're making it how they want it. Now, you're not actually going to put this website together. So we're just going to read it, and then you're going to go through the problem solving process, which is down here. And then you're going to create either, depending on what the teacher says, a drawing of how you would lay out that website, or you can use Google Slides or another way to make a template or another not Canva, but Google Slides, PowerPoint, and then you can upload your slide for the teacher to review. So we're just going to go over this one of them real quick. Sierra, I am running an animal rescue business where we try to put abandoned animals in loving homes. Our website needs to have the name of the business and its address in an easy to see place. It should also feature pictures of the animals to draw in a viewer, and then a place to learn more about each animal. We also want a place to write our story about how we started running this business out of our garage. So there's a lot in there that you need to unpack. Once you've picked your client and you've read all the details about your client, you're going to go down here to the problem-solving process, and you're going to fill out this part of the worksheet. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to define the problem. You're going to choose one of the users above and create a defining sentence. Blank, so who are you talking about, needs a way to blank. In order to blank, it should blank. So under it should have what? It should have images. It should have a place for their story. It should have their address and an business information in an easy to read spot. Prepare. What are you going to do to prepare? List any pictures you might include, colors, the placement of text. So write an idea of what you're going to do to prepare. Kind of make a plan. Try either on a sheet of paper or in a digital template, whatever your teacher told you. You are going to create a prototype of this website. Now, you're not actually going to use HTML and create the website yet. You're going to just draw it out. You're drawing out what it will look like. So let's go to a blank slide. So if you were doing this on slides, you do not have to write out the entire story. Maybe you want a story about how they started to go here. Instead of making up a story, you could just type story of start. It's the story of how they started it. You could, instead of adding pictures, you have the option to pick a dog. Maybe you're going to put a picture of a dog there. Where are you going to put your address, phone number, etc.? Now, what I've had some students in the past do, some students create a whole story. Now, if you finished early and have time to do that, you may absolutely do that. Some students go online and grab pictures of animals and put those in. You are absolutely welcome to do that. If you're running short on time, though, I would stick to doing these boxes and just where are you doing it? Once you finish your website layout and you are only going to do a single slide, you're not making a multi-page website, you're just making a one-page website. You're going to go back to the activity and fill out the reflect. Take a look at your slide. Maybe ask a neighbor what they think. What's one thing that you think your design, what did you do well? How did you meet their needs? What's good about it? And one thing that you could still improve. Once you finish this assignment, make sure you turn it in. All right, you can't get credit if you don't turn it in. So that is a really quick overview of the first assignment in lesson 1. And I will continue to make these videos where if you are absent, you can go through the lesson plans on my staff webpage. And here's a description of the lesson. Here are the slides. If there is a worksheet, I would have it posted. If there's not a worksheet, it won't be posted. Always double check your classroom webpage where you submit things, just in case. But all of the information should be on this webpage. I hope you learned a lot and had a great day, and I'm looking forward to doing the rest of this class with you. And I can't wait to see you back for lesson 2.